Hello BookTube, I'm Peg and welcome to my channel. Today is the 5th day of my self-declared Book Talk November series where I'm trying to come on each day and talk about the Book Tome Topple Challenge that's coming up at the end of the month and other things about tomes, and I actually go through my books and decide what I want to keep and what I might like to read for the challenge. Before I forget, I need to show you my necklace that I'm using today, that I'm wearing each day, to different one to celebrate Book Tome Month. This is actually a stack of books. Now I can't do the camera so you can see the necklace, or it would cut off my head, but you can probably see it in the thumbnail. Anyway, so I want to thank everybody yesterday for the comments you gave to my unhaul video where I asked for advice on unhauling. I had everything from people who couldn't bear the thought of unhauling books to some people who said, oh, just toss them all away. And it was really fun. It was fun to get comments. I hadn't gotten that many comments before. It actually made me think, this process of going through my books, which I'm doing this month, made me think about the fact that I realize now that in the last 10 or 15 years that I've been collecting these books, my tastes have actually kind of changed I've always loved to read books, but I used to love the popular novels and mysteries and things like that. And I see now that it's happening. It's especially in the last few years that, I don't know, I've become maybe more serious reader, and I actually, lately, I'm even thinking about nonfiction, so, wow. Anyway, so I'll probably be unhauling quite a few, which is okay because it helps the library. Anyway, so today I want to talk about, for one thing, in planning my books that I want to read for the Tome Topple Challenge, I had definitely selected two. They were this one that I've talked about before, and this one, both about the Russian Revolution and newly out. And I was so proud of the fact that I was first on the list for the library forum, for the one anyway, and had it. And I was going to wait till the 17th to read it for the challenge, and then it occurred to me they're going to be due back at the library before that, and because they're new, I'm sure there's going to be holds on it, so there's no chance of renewal. So I've decided I definitely want to read them. I'm going to do a pre-Tome Topple Challenge, just kind of set up like the other one, where I have books that I'm going to read in a timely manner and report on them and keep notes of what the pages I've read. And so those two are going to be the first two on it. Now I've given below in the notes how I'm going to set up and keep track of my reading. And there's one other one that I'm going to add to this list besides those two, and it's Portrait of a Lady, which I've read before, but it's definitely time for a reread. And one of the reasons I really want to read this again is that next week a sequel is coming out, not by Henry James, but by John Banville, called Mrs. Osmond, who she became, and continues the story of Our Lady in this. So I'm really looking forward to getting that, and I'm first on the list at the library for it, of course. So anyway, okay, so now I'm free again to make another list, or start making a list, to go through all my books and decide what I want to what I want to read in the actual challenge. I only have one on my list, so I've got 4 or 5 more I can add. The one I do have already is called The Way We Live, and it's part of a buddy read. That's one of the challenges. This is one that Steve Donahue is doing, and I'm really looking forward to reading this. I treated myself to this new edition that has the original illustrations in it. I probably will actually read a free version on my Kindle, but I just thought this was really cool to have. Okay, so now So I've got to decide on some more books to read in the actual challenge coming up. I have till the 17th to read. Now, oh, by the way, I plan to finish this pre-challenge on the 15th. So I'll have the day to rest up before I start the real challenge. I should be in good reading shape by then. Okay, anyway, I'm going to do sort of a grab-and-gab on some books from my collection that I'm thinking about I might want to read in the actual tome challenge. Now, these are not up for unhaul, so I don't want anybody telling me to get rid of them, Steve, Donahue. Anyway, so I'm just going to run through them first. And again, I'd like to have any comments if they look good to you, if anybody's read them or whatever. So, okay, we have first Sunlight and Shadow by Mark Halperin. And this deals with New York City right after the Second World War and stories and things that go on there. Now, I really would look forward to this because I just finished his latest called Paris in the Present Tense, which I made a video about here, and it did such a great job of getting the atmosphere of Paris that I'm sure it would be fun to read one that had the atmosphere of New York City. Okay, so my next possibility is an older one called Earthly Powers by Anthony Burgess. This was published in 1980 and was on the Booker list. And it deals with two men and their links. One is a novelist, sort of, and the other is a priest who goes to the highest levels in the Vatican, and they're related by family and friendship, and actually the story of them and their through the years. Okay, next we have a newly published one, The Heart's Invisible Furies, and it's been talked about lately a lot on BookTube, and I think is the story of an Irish man and his life, and been compared with, in some ways, with Sparshall Chronicle, which I just read, and Sparshall talked about the different attitudes towards homosexuality in England through the years, and this one, on the other hand, deals with just one man, a gay man, and his experiences through the years. And I've heard this is really good. Okay, next we have The Tree of Smoke by Dennis Johnson. He has recently died and has written all kinds of different types of novels, some that were published just before he died. This one was published in 2008 and won the National Book Award back when the National Book Award really kind of meant something. Anyway, this one deals with during the Vietnam War, a man working for the CIA there. Okay, and last we have Pynchon's Mason and Dixon. Now, I love Thomas Pynchon, this postmodernist type writing. I'm going to do a whole thing on that sometime. Anyway, but I've read quite a few of them, including Gravity's Rainbow and his later really huge book called Against the Day. But I have never read this, and it is actually about Mason and Dixon and his zany approach of their trek. And I've heard several critics think that this is actually his best one. So those are some ideas of what I might be putting on my list, and I appreciate any comments you might have on those. And as usual, I'll be back soon. Bye.